Hey, we're back again talking about writing for actors. And I have the pleasure of speaking with Scott Edward Smith. He is the writer and creator of Intimate Fame, the audio drama series. Scott, today I have a question for you. It's about something I dread. Absolutely. It is around corporate versus creative. When creative people are dealing with the corporate side of the entertainment industry. So I'm just going to let you launch into it and go.
I appreciate it because this is a big one. This is writers and creative people pay so little attention of dealing with this or understanding it until it's right in their face and it's crisis moment.
Yep.
And that's not good. And you can, because you can relate. If you take the time, you can relate it to your own life. So in corporate versus, and I was making a point with Melissa earlier about it's not and, it's versus. They don't exist as a positive thing, but they do create positive works. And you have to understand that and be willing to roll with it. There's two elements in it. One's technical. It is the experience of corporate, which is like they're meeting you, you're meeting them. And then there's the dealing with it. So in the first part of the experiencing corporate, that's usually, unless by corporate, I mean big corporate. It could be Universal and studio. It could be, it's not really corporate, but you've got people investing for a Broadway show or something, or a producer that wants to turn it into any series, a standalone or something. It could be just you're getting something up in an equity waiver theater, and that company is going to produce it. You are still dealing with corporate. You're dealing with people that have to deal with the bottom line, with money. And they're treated differently, but I'm going to just put this in the larger terms of talking about either film or television or like Broadway, like large stuff, which is all corporate. In the experience level of it, it's about, obviously someone has read your work and you've got it to the place that they're interested in it. And I want to talk just quickly about the technicals of that. And there's, well, at least there's two areas. One is the pitch, and the other is what comes before the pitch is the actual script. So let's go back to the script part of it, what you deliver, whether it's a play or whether it's a screenplay or a television thing. I will tell you from working several years in development at studios, how a script plays out on a page is really important. You better be at 120 to 130 pages. If you're above 130 pages, you better be Robert Towne or Kiva Goldman. You better be already out there, and so it wouldn't be an issue. But keep it within the structure that the world knows. Corporate knows a thing, and you start getting out past 120 pages. First thing in their head is that's more money. They're not thinking about it. The story's more interesting, and they'll go with it. They'll go with it if you've written 5 scripts that have made a lot of money. But just keep it focused. And the other big thing about it, I will tell you this, is when I'm not talking about the CEOs, I'm talking about the production executives or a producer who are going to read it first before they are going to go and pitch it to the guys or girls that are going to give you the money to do it, what it looks like on a page. We'll do a whole episode on this, but trust me, when those executives on a Friday leave with 12 scripts and 2 books to talk about on Monday morning, when they open up a script, and on that first page is just a bunch of words going down, you have a problem. There needs to be a lot of white space in scripts. There needs to be a lot of, they're trying to experience the movie or the play and not really what you think about the actual staging of it or where they are or what's going on. And it's got to be, you've got to technically just break it up so it looks pleasant. It looks like this is going to be a good read. It doesn't look like a dictionary. So I really want to move on to the other part, which is the corporate side of it. So on creative, before, like I said, there's the experience and then there's like living with it. And if you can understand how you go in and like, oh, okay, so that's it. The word on a page, just whatever the dynamics are, just like a stage show, break the acts. Don't do a 3-4 hour show unless you have a reputation of being able to deliver that. Do something that's reasonable. Same thing with movies. Keep it at around 120. They'll be happy with it. They'll be happy to expand on it if they are inspired by it. So right. Keep that in mind.
So what you are saying is it's more of the first impression when you actually get in the door. Like if you're not Aaron Sorkin, who they don't care if it's 500 pages, they're like, yeah, we're going to do it no matter what. Let's have it. But you're saying the perception of it is important. Just
absolutely, it's really important.
You know yourself.
And then if you get that in the door, the next step is going to be the pitch. They're going to, in most cases, if it's a studio, they will have a development department and there'll be an executive in development, and they've had readers read and give them material on it. They've read it, and now they're ready to call you in and have you in. And the pitch is so important because they've read it. So it's not like they don't know the story. They want to know that you know what the trailer is. They want to hear in 60 seconds or less, when you sit down, hi, shake hands, talk. Let's talk about your script. And you say, because I think here's what it's about. You need to nail it in 60 seconds. And that's it. And then open it up for discussion because they've already read it. They want to know that you are workable. That's in a pitch. All they're looking at is, if we buy this, are we going to work with you? Or are we going to let you go and hire someone else to write it? Because as soon as they buy it, they can.
That is huge, because I think a lot of novice writers don't think about that, and they don't know it, that the person you're going to pitch to has already read the script. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's very elementary for someone like yourself, but I think a lot of newbies out there don't know that. And it's just like going into an interview at, a corporate office where they've read your resume and they know basically what you're capable of, your skills. But the pitch, in a sense, is just the interview of, I can work, you can work with me. I can work with you.
The pitch is about you.
Yeah.
It's not about your script. They want to know, am I working with someone if I put them out there, they can say this in 60 seconds or less. Because if they take it to the next step, once you start going up that ladder, those executives want to meet the creative talent. You may not think you are of interest to anybody, but you are, because they're just dealing with a lot of money, a lot of people turning numbers and pieces of paper, and they have no idea what's going on the lot. And I worked for a long time as a story editor. I worked in development. Those meetings are really just about figuring out, can this person actually tell me what this story is about? And I know we had one thing we talked about, collaboration. So if it's two of you, and I have done this, two of you, whether you do it in the car before you go into the meeting or whether you get together beforehand, you basically, it's all 3 acts. You go like, you're going to do 1, I'll do 2, you do 3, and we'll do the wrap up together, right? Okay, we're going in, we know what we're going to do. It's a show, and literally it's 60 seconds to 90 seconds, and you do it, and they're like, okay, we can talk to both of these people. Or they'll just, that's all you have to do. You don't, they just want to know, as as a creative person, where are you on the spectrum of here? It's not even this and this. It's like corporate and creative. And are you like anywhere near it? Or are you like, I'm way out there? And they're like, I'm coming towards you. And you're just like, no, I'm just going to be way out here even more. That's a problem for them. So, and you can lose a deal on that. Because showtime will come and they will bring you to other people to meet, and you're going to have to be responsible for your work. And I'm talking about you're not a 2-time Academy Award winning writer or something, and you have 4 agents and 3 managers. You can just go like, you deal with this, click. Well, this is like, you're like trying, you got in the door, keep it open. And you have to, you really have to acknowledge these people. It's the best thing when you're a writer, and as with an actor, the best thing in your life is that you're confronted with corporate. And it's the worst thing you want to deal with, but it's not going to happen without them. And it's never, ever going to change. You see, you just need to know that it's about you embracing it. You don't have to like them, but you do have to understand that while you're looking at them and going like, you are a crazy beast, this is complicated, they, with all their money and control, are looking at you and saying the exact same thing. They're looking at you going like, you are a crazy beast and I don't know how to deal with you. And it never changes, especially when you're in the beginning and hearts of it. So, keep that in mind. Let's wrap this up very quickly. I think a lot of writers think that how it plays out, and sometimes it does, is you get it, you have a script, someone's interested in it, maybe an actor or producer that has a deal, and you go to a studio, there's a bungalow because they have a production deal at it. It's on the back lot. It's all very sexy and fun, and it's all very casual, and maybe you go to the commissary with them and hang out. Then you go to corporate, and it's 42 stories high, and it's a building. And that's where God lives. And a lot of times the bungalow stuff completely doesn't happen. The first time you come into a building, it's an elevator and you are going into corporate. And
that's intimidating.
Yes, it is. And so you shake and you stammer. That's why you better sit in the car and know exactly what you're going to say about the story or 2 about your journey. And your journey better be under 60 seconds as well. Keep it short, keep it simple with them. Let them then dig into it, because what they're trying to figure out is like, they don't tell it to you, but like, we don't really like how the third act goes. Are you somebody that can go like, they'll listen to this, they'll fix it, they'll do what we want?
Yeah.
Or are you somebody that's like, it's my work, this is it? You know, if they just feel like, well, he's stubborn, we won't do it. There you go.
Well, thank you. I learned a lot from all of that. Thank you so much. And I can't wait for Showtime to call now. Thank you, Scott.
Thank you so much.